What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome into the channel, and we're going to talk a little Warzone. And I personally, myself, forgot that Warzone's coming out tomorrow. I was like, wait a second. I saw an update, or no, I saw a video from who we're going to watch, Who's Immortal. Warzone is getting a major overhaul. I didn't even know Warzone was getting an overhaul. So I'm assuming since like Battlefield 6 with their Battle Royale and their, success over there, I'm assuming it's pushed Call of Duty to actually do some fixes over on Warzone, which I highly doubt it will even matter. I think at this point, people are just sick of Warzone. I think the Battle Royale genre as a whole, I just think the interest is down. I don't know. For me, it is. I still love Battle Royales, and I will play Battle Royales, but I don't know, man. I'm enjoying Arc Raiders. That's a whole different experience over there. I play the finals, which is my favorite multiplayer game as of now. And so I don't know. Warzone's just not in my radar. And I don't think it is for other people because not one person in my stream asked me if I was going to be playing Haven's Hollow. I was, marking out my schedule during the live stream and never even realized that Warzone was coming out. I was going to play Arc Raiders on Thursday. But now I am going to play some Haven's Hollow and try the new update. But damn, man, is the interest for Warzone down. And if you are here at this point of this video, thank you, man. Thank you for watching my content. I appreciate anybody that watches it. Thank you so much. Give me your opinion on, are you playing Warzone? Do you care? Do you want to try to get back into it, or are you just going to play it and then go back to your game? I'm very curious. Like, I want to know, like, are people actually going to come back and play this game? And I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I don't think people are going to come back. But we'll see what's going on. I don't know what's the major overhaul. So let's check out who's Immortal, and let's see what we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Warzone just got some more major news for the integration update here, coming on December 4th with the Black Ops 7 Season 1 update. They've obviously gone through recently,
let's see what we got here.
A handful of gameplay updates, detailed some specifics like weapon updates as well.
Look at that cartoon. Look at him. That looks ridiculous. Like, why would you ever play the cartoon in a Call of Duty? You are literally glowing. It's just so dumb.
There's been a lot of good news for Warzone.
The dumbest thing ever.
And we just got even more details.
Makes no
on
sense.
The perks, equipment, and other various gameplay and loadout systems where they're kind of overhauling a bunch of different stuff. Kind of interesting. Just the other day we talked about how Battlefield 6 was getting some major overhaul updates, and now Warzone also getting some major overhaul updates. It's a good year to be an FPS and a Battle Royale fan, for sure. But diving into this,
for sure,
Road to Season 1, perks, equipment, and more. They say this year's approach to Warzone focuses on simplifying systems while strengthening identity across the created class experience. This has been a big, like, sort of on-brand thing for them, is identity within your classes, the different weapon classes themselves, rifles, SMGs, snipers, all having their definitive identity, and your whole loadout having that definitive identity to fit your
I think where we need to get over the loadouts. I think I'm ready for Blackout because I don't want to get the loadouts. I kind of want to look for attachments. I don't know. I have that feeling that's what I want to do. I don't want to get the loadout anymore. Am I crazy on that, or I think they need to get rid of the loadout?
Loadouts have been streamlined with 6 total items, giving players a cleaner starting point and allowing more powerful and experimental gear to surface through a rotating pool of loot. Equipment has been condensed to eliminate overlap so that each item can actually serve a distinct purpose. And several items across the roster have been updated to give them clearer gameplay identities and more deliberate use cases across a wide variety of combat scenarios. Perks have undergone a considerable evolution. Wildcards have been removed entirely and perk categories reorganized to open up fresher combinations and more competitive decision making. Underused perks have been rebalanced or replaced entirely to increase overall variety, ensuring that every single selection feels meaningful. So they are overhauling the loadout system here, simplifying it, basically reworking the entire perk system to offer more distinct options here. It's kind of an interesting change here and a pretty drastic change at that. Keep in mind as we are going through this entire post detailing what they are changing, what they are updating here for BO7 Warzone. If you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It's
I don't think it matters, man.
And if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you are always in the know for everything going on in COD.
I just don't think it matters.
Upcoming here with the launch of Season 1, the Warzone integration.
I don't know, man.
We've got a lot of content inbound. You're not going to want to miss any of it. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Raven goes on to say, when it comes to perks, it's hard to truly outshine combat utility. So we expect many of the changes we made to challenge players to seriously weigh the trade-offs of choosing one over another. I actually like this because I feel like for a while now in Warzone, it's like the same 4 or 5 perks max on everyone's loadout. Like, there's a few people, it's like, oh, I want this stealth perk instead of this more aggressive perk, or I like this defensive.
Let's just keep it real. All of it's the same. Everybody runs the same stuff in this game. They have no like identity for all the other stuff. Like, for having all the other guns from the other game, it's just pointless. You can't even use them. You can, but why? Because you're just, when it gets towards the end of the game or to an actual gunfight with somebody with the meta gun, you're done. Like, you're not going to win that gunfight. So I don't understand. Like, they just can't. Hopefully this is going to change the meta, and hopefully things are going to be, everything will be worth trying. I just don't know. I don't know if they'll do it.
You know, equipment perk versus something else. But for the most part, there's been like maybe at most 6 definitive perks that were like, okay, you could use these and they'd be considered meta at any given point. They say to look at just a few. Reactive armor introduces a new enticing selection by triggering an EMP pulse when your armor breaks, while still regenerating equipped armor to its maximum after briefly disengaging from a fight, providing a powerful edge during hit and run tactics. So it is, you know, a bit of a defensive perk there because it's reactionary to getting your armor broke, but it also still helps with plate regen and everything like that. Could actually be decently beneficial.
Okay.
New additions such as adaptive further expand build diversity by changing benefits based on armor state, offering mobility bonuses when damaged and improved weapon handling when fully plated. So if you're more of a movement style player, that could be a really interesting choice. This perk
interesting.
Also
I think a lot of people will use that one.
Audible warnings near traps and delayed trigger timing when equipment is activated there. So again, some counterplay for equipment. In a bolder move, we've updated Survivor to provide one-hit protection against ballistic weapons while fully armored, meaning snipers will not one-shot down you with a headshot even if they're capable of doing so if you've got Survivor equipped. Bomb Squad now provides stronger protection against explosive threats by also reducing damage from kill streaks, giving defensive builds more reliable counterplay.
I don't know, like having a perk that like I can shoot you in the head and you don't die. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. I mean,
in high impact situations.
Got to have different stuff in the game, I guess. Makes sense.
What's changing here? Obviously, Warzone movement's always a big deal, and they're making some pretty drastic changes here as well, saying movement has been tuned specifically for Warzone's pacing across large maps and is directly impacted by our adjustments to perks. Default tack sprint has been removed. We've known this for a little bit. Tack sprint is no longer the default. However, baseline sprint speeds have been increased to create smoother flow during combat and rotation. So we're going to be moving faster in our sprints than we have ever before, but there's not going to be that tack sprint option unless you access tactical sprint through the sprinter perk, which grants tack sprint outright.
So they're overhauling a lot of different perks and different options. This is pretty good. This isn't bad. I'm starting to like it. Starting to see what they're doing here.
While using equipment, so that could be something if you like that style of gameplay.
Yeah,
you could use tack sprinter as a perk. The adjusted Mountaineer perk now includes the combat roll functionality to maintain momentum after falls. It further reduces fall damage and improves ladder climb speed, reinforcing its identity as a vertical mobility specialist. Movement remains a core pillar of the Warzone experience, so we'll be keeping a close eye on how current perks perform and where there are opportunities for new or improved mechanics. On that note, we'll be adding a wall jump and the grapple hook tactical to all LTMs throughout season 1.
Okay. So it's not the full game. It's just the LTMs. Okay. I thought they were going to bring the wall jump. I kind of think the wall jumping in multiplayer is not bad. I actually kind of like it. It's something that like in multiplayer, you don't have to do, but it also is fun to do, if that makes any sense. And I think it would be cool to bring it into Warzone. So they're only going to do it for the LTMs, but it's just like Warzone don't do LTMs, man. They do one LTM and then they stop doing them. Like, it's just like they got all this changes and then they'll get this, like, they'll start doing well and then they just stop updating the game. They do this all the time. Let's see what they do, man, because I don't know, man. They don't keep up with this type of stuff, man. And I hope that Battlefield really kicked them in the ass and hope they keep doing this.
Very close eye on feedback. So in their various LTMs, they've already confirmed they're going to have weekend LTMs and other things like that. There's going to be the ability to utilize wall jump on the various maps that these LTMs are on, whether it's Resurgence or Verdansk. And the grapple hook's going to be an equipment option. I am not really that excited for the wall jumps. It's certainly going to change things up, and I'm curious to see how it plays. I'm just personally not a huge fan of that style of movement.
I didn't
However,
mind it, but
very excited for the grapple hooks. I think that could be a really, really cool addition to the game.
oh, that'll be
Hoping
fun.
that ultimately becomes a mainstay, because I think there could be some very cool outplays possible with the grapple
Dude,
hook.
so you're going to have wall jump freaking grapple hooks. You know what I mean? Wall jump, boom, grapple to that. It's going to be pretty sick. There's going to be some sick movement. I don't know if it'll be too overpowered. I like it. It'll change up the flow of Warzone. I like this. I know that he doesn't like it, but I think it's cool. We can try it for now. I mean, honestly, if it's not good, then take it out. I mean, we have the blackout. They're going to come out with blackout, and I still don't know what that is going to be. But I'm hoping blackout's going to be a lot like what it used to be, but now with the new movement and like on the new engine and all that. And because blackout, when they had that was awesome on Black Ops 4. I don't care. I love that better, way more than Warzone.
Equipment. They also go on to say lethal and tactical equipment have also seen a considerable refresh, with a mix of powerful new additions and meaningful adjustments to some fan favorites. New lethals like the needle drone and the point turret from BO7 introduce explosive and area control options straight into the loot pool. Not going to be a fan of that point turret. I can already tell that one's going to be pretty annoying based on what it does in multiplayer. Other changes are also being implemented, such as C4 no longer requiring the remote detonator or the combat axe returning, but with improved throw speed as a replacement for throwing knives. On the tactical front, they introduced several new options that can truly swing the odds in your favor. The Phantom signal causes nearby opponents to emit sound for up to 10 seconds. That could be insanely strong in the right scenarios. This serves as the perfect solution against hidden or ghosted players lurking nearby.
Freaking campers.
The Psych grenade, which releases
Get the
a cloud
campers
of
out.
hallucinogenic gas that causes affected players to see short-lived phantom copies of themselves, then also random pings on the minimap, creating some chaos. To call out one notable addition, players can now cook flash grenades for up to 3 additional flashes, providing a massive advantage.
3 flashes?
Properly. So you're about to get flashbangs like crazy.
3?
Warzone is what it sounds like. You were already getting flash before. Well,
yeah.
Now it's going to be time.
Bro, they need to fix. They need to nerf that right now. I haven't even played the game. 3 flashes.
3. So that one's certainly going to be an interesting.
Yeah, bro, dude, nerf it now.
As well. They also say we're
Holy
launching
crap.
the first of our counterplay interactions, or what we refer to as the rock, paper, scissors system. Starting in Season 1, the stim shot can be used immediately after being hit by a flash or a concussion, and it'll instantly remove those effects. So you don't get that slow down your screen and go back to normal.
Stem shot. I wish, hopefully they can bring the stem shot where it used to be, kind of like a Warzone. I love that little boost and stuff. I loved it. And if they could do, I don't think they will though.
Looking to push through area denial, smokes can now douse lingering flames left behind by a Molotov or even a napalm, so you can use smokes as counterplay, not just for concealment, but also to put out fire in certain situations. They say to close things out, together, these updates reinforce a central design goal for this year, to make choices more meaningful, to sharpen the identity of every item and perk, and to evolve Warzone's foundation without compromising the core experience. But this is just the starting point for the year. As players dig into the new perk ecosystem, we'll be closely monitoring performance data and community feedback to identify areas that are not competitive enough, and will make additional tuning passes where needed. Our goal is to keep the system evolving throughout the year through targeted adjustments that strengthen build diversity, maintain a healthy balance, and ensure that every perk choice remains a meaningful decision. In fact, we already have another slate of changes lined up as early as Season 2. On that note, thank you, and be sure to keep an eye out for more details coming in the patch notes, which of course we're going to be covering here in a future video as soon as those end up getting released here in the coming days. But some pretty drastic changes
a lot.
to Warzone gameplay.
See, the thing is though, it's like, I don't know, like, will it matter? But I think I like what they're doing though, because they're making it so at least there's options. Because I mean, let's keep it real. You pick the same 3 perks or 4 perks, whatever you're using, and you're always using the same guns. You're never changing up. Like, this is actually pretty cool because there's gonna be different options. Be like, oh well, let's change it up and try this. I think it's actually really, really good. I just hope that I just hope this the thing about it, man, is just like, I don't know if people are gonna come back, and like, I don't know if I even will like play this game more than once. That's the thing. I'm like sitting here thinking like, I don't really even want to play the game. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try these options, these changes for sure, and but I just don't have any faith in myself to continue playing, and I just wonder how all you guys feel on that.
Perk balance, introducing
like kind of like
systems some pretty interesting things going on there for sure. Obviously, we're just a few days away from getting our hands on with all of this stuff, which is very exciting. So stay tuned for everything going on in COD. It's going to be a very busy few weeks here to close out
for sure.
2025. Be sure to hit that subscribe button.
All right, we're going to end it there.
Going on. And of course, if you
I should have just ended it before, but yo, please go hit Who's Immortal. I will put his link in the description as I usually do. Hit him a like, hit him a sub. Dude just hit 1 million finally. Let's go. Congrats on that. And so I don't know, man. I mean, I will be trying out everything, and I just don't know if this game can get me just to play it or put it in my rotation again. I don't know. I just stopped playing Warzone. I don't have like the passion for it, and I can feel it. Like I don't know. It's more. I'm more excited for the Blackout experience. I don't know what they're gonna bring for that. I will definitely, if like news comes out on that, I will definitely. We'll definitely talk about and discuss about what's happening on Blackout, because I think that's going to be a big change with like no loadouts. I mean, right now they're changing these types of loadouts and making everything different, but how's Blackout going to look? I think they need to get rid of the loadouts system. I just think that, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just done with that. I want to go scavenge stuff, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm playing too much Ark or something, man. I don't know. I want that excitement of getting like a silencer and like this real good stock or something on this gun, where I feel like now I have the upper hand on the people in the game. I know it's RNG. I know it's random. I understand that, but I like that part of the game. You know what I mean? And hopefully Blackout will be good. But I'll be definitely playing this. I'm going to definitely be trying it tomorrow. I appreciate anybody that's made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much. If you can, hit a like. Really, truly helps out. If you guys want to hit the Discord, come on, join the community. I'll be playing with a lot of people in there. And yeah, just come on in the Discord. And besides that, I appreciate everybody. Hope you have a good day. I'm out. Peace.